Hello, we're gonna wrap this roof today on this Audi A4 from 2008. We're gonna start with, I already masked off a little bit. Now I'm just gonna clean under this gasket here. As you can see, it's really dirty under. It's very important to clean everywhere. As I said, it's very important that it's cleaned properly. This car is from 2008, so it has a lot of stone chips and stuff like that. But still, it's very important to make the vinyl stick, that it's really clean, and the edges everywhere around like this, around inside the gaskets here where you're going to put the vinyl. I usually put little masking tape so that the vinyl won't stick that hard to the window here. Yeah, I have already measured up the roof. When you measure it, you should measure in the center of the roof. I usually add like 5 to 10 centimeters on each side, so you measure from here up to here, and then you have exactly how long this piece needs to be. Then you can put some knifeless tape. I recommend that one, or some other kind. I know that Hexis has another they call it for wrap wire, or wrap cut wire, that I have here. I tried it a couple of times, but yeah, to be honest, I think that the normal knifeless tape is better, but this is what I have today, so that's what I'm gonna use. Yeah, and then you always put like 10 centimeters over on both sides, so that you have some where you can start this one, because you need to have some starting point to start cutting this wire or pulling this wire. What's different between this and knifeless tape is that knifeless tape has their thread or wire in the middle of this tape, but this wrap wire is on the edge of one side, so you need to, before you put it, check exactly where is this wire, which side it is on, so that you don't put it the wrong way and the cut will be no good. And this is actually a wire inside, it's not a fabric string like a thread. So this I think actually is more done to cut the PPF, but I tried it out on PPF and I didn't like it, because when you put PPF you need to have liquid, and the liquid tends to make this tape don't stick anymore, so you will have problem when you should cut. So for me it works better when you do a dry application like this, but yeah, knifeless tape is better, definitely. Yeah, now to the film. I already measured up what I needed for this roof. Here it's, as you can see, Avery Denizen satin black. We need to put it on the roof. I recommend that you check that it's on all sides and a little bit over on each point where it should cover. Here should be the end, so it's good to have some extra here, extra in the front and extra in the back. Here we can actually pull it a bit back. I have a little bit more here. Then on this side you will have a lot extra, and it's actually too much, so better to cut some off. I usually use this snitty, it's called. It's made of plastic, no big chance that you're gonna scratch the car. And same goes for here, you need some magnets. I prefer this stronger versions of the magnets, because you don't want it to release when you pulling the paper, because yeah, it's gonna be a pain, if you understand what I mean. Sometimes it happens like this, that the vinyl folds and you get like a scratch in the vinyl. That's no big deal. Just before you apply it, you will heat a bit there with the heat gun and it's gonna disappear. Avery is a pressure sensitive vinyl. It actually don't stick that much until you want it to stick. Which is good. Like now, for example, if I put it here, you see it don't stick here until you either press it with the thumb like that, or you put a magnet there and it's gonna stay there. Same here, you stretch it out a little bit, put the magnet. It's gonna make your life easier. This way also after cleaning you don't get so much debris under, because you always have the place covered with the vinyl. Like that, so I get it out from here. There's no big deal if it looks wrinkly right now. It's you will smooth that out before you start scraping it. Then you take out the last piece here. Like that. Now I need that heat gun as I talked about. Want to remove that. If you put paper on the floor like this, be careful, because it becomes slippery. So you don't slip and hurt yourself. Now it's only this, just give it a little bit there, and now that's gone. Now we can make glass. That means you pull it out, stick it where you want it to stick, put the magnet here the same. Just stick it with your finger a little bit like that, and it's not gonna move. This makes the Avery vinyl really simple to work with, and it don't stick too much. See, it's almost finished. It looks like it's already applied actually, but it's not. You need to squeegee it a little bit to stretch out on this side as well. If you're a beginner in wrapping, you didn't do a lot of it or none at all, I recommend you to use Avery the first couple of times, because it's easier and it's a bigger chance that you will have a good end result. Now I need my squeegee. When you start squeegeeing here, it's important to start in the middle of the roof. If something happens and you need to lift it, it's gonna be much more easy if you start it in the middle. If you start on the edges and then something happens in the middle, you're gonna have a lot of problem. So it's better to, as I said, start in the middle of the roof. Then when you squeegee, make sure you overlap about half the width of the squeegee, I think is good. And when you squeegee with the 45-degree angle. If you do like this or you do like this, doesn't actually matter. What's important is the 45 degrees angle, and that you pressure with, you have to put a constant pressure on the squeegee. Don't squeegee too lightly, because if you do, it's gonna trap a lot of air under, and later on you will have problems getting that air out, or at least more problems than necessary, if I say like that. It's better to press firmly with the squeegee, then you make sure that the air will definitely come out. Afterwards, when you have squeegeed the whole roof, it's very important to what should I say, post heat the whole roof. Not only where you stretch the vinyl, what some people seems to think. I've seen a lot of wraps where people don't post heat the whole surface, and depending on the vinyl, it can cause a lot of problems later on if you don't post heat. If you don't post heat, then where you have stretched the vinyl can pull back. If you didn't scratch and you didn't post heat, it might show up small bubbles when the heat hits the surface where you didn't squeegee properly or posted it properly, sorry. This roof is really simple because you don't have any roof antenna. Some cars have a roof antenna. The best, if you have a roof antenna, is to remove it. Not always so easy. Some cars is very simple to remove the roof antenna, and some cars not that easy. Some cars you need to take out the whole inner roof just to get to that antenna, and some cars even it's not possible because there is like antenna cable to that one, and most cars have a connection where you can disconnect this antenna, but not all. Some, of course, somewhere they have this connection, but it's really hard to find. You can follow. You have to follow the cable, and that means you might it might be possible that you have to take out a lot of trims inside. And if that's the case, then it's more simple to wrap around this antenna than to disassemble the whole car. When we wrap the cars, we try to remove as little as possible, because that's a little bit the idea with this to wrap. Otherwise, if you anyways gonna remove everything on the car, you might as well paint it, because it's gonna take a lot of time, and when you already removed all, of course, a paint is always gonna be better if you spray the whole car with real paint. But it depends also, of course. Maybe there is effect in the vinyl that you're looking for. Maybe it's not available with paint, and yeah, there's different reasons why you wrap a car, of course. Here, as you see, to get in this small recess that is here on the edge of the roof, I lift the vinyl and squeegee it down. Don't press it down in this, because it's gonna pull back later, because it's a very sharp recess, so it's hard to make it stick properly there. Now anyway, the cut line is gonna be just in this recess, so when you wrap the side panel here, you're gonna make a small overlap over this, and it's gonna be totally invisible. Nobody's gonna see it. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's hard because I can't see myself where I'm filming with this camera, so I hope that it shows you what you want to see. Yeah, that's about it. You see, it sticks really hard to the window. That's why I put this tape on the edge, so that it won't stick that hard over there when you're gonna push down this last piece. Now it's time to pull this tape. Yeah, I usually do like that, I cut off a little bit so that I will see the tape, knifeless tape or wrap wire, cutter, or what the different names are. In this one, in knifeless, I usually just fold this one like that and put the finger on top of it and then pull it like that. Just in knifeless, I do like that. Then pull it. Then you will release the wire and you pull the rest. In this tape from Hexis, it's not possible to do like that. It's not gonna work. So what I do is I cut a small cut like that, so that I cut everything except the wire, and then I can pull this. And then it's the same thing as knifeless, no difference. It's very important to get all these small pieces out, because if you don't, it's gonna make a problem for you. That one is stuck to the big piece. So, and this one you have here. So this is very important to remove, or the vinyl will not simply stick here. Then you just pull your finger on over it like that. You pull your finger over it like that. And it's been a nice cut there. If you can see here, it's good to post. Heat it a little bit after. Now, second side. Okay, we're gonna see here. I actually do like this, so that you will see it again. I cut a little bit, lift it up and cut it off, so that you expose this tape here. I know that the wire is on this end of the tape. Knifeless, you don't have to do this. You just fold it over itself and rip it hard, and it's gonna release. But this tape you need to do like that. It doesn't work to do the same way. See, now, then I go on. And it's all loose. Then it's important to get this last piece here and pull this out. Like that. And lastly, last but not least, it's very important to pull your finger along this line all the way. And then we're at the edges. This, depending on the car, depends on how much you need to material you need to get it down here. I usually cut in this kind of car. I put the knifeless just at the window edge. I cut along the window. It's enough on this car. You put the knife here, just a little piece of the edge. Don't put it too deep. If you put it too deep, you might cut the paint under, and you don't want to do that. It's gonna be costly to fix. And last, you squeegee it down. Like that, the edge here, I need to do like that. It's very important that you that the vinyl really is tightly on this edge down there, because it's best here, I think, is to put the finger first and press it with your thumb or whatever, and then squeegee the rest. Yeah, it's a nice line. It's a red car, this one, so it's gonna be challenging to cover everything. More or less. I think it's possible, but it's really hard to cover all the small edges, and there's always somewhere it's gonna shine through a little bit. This I always inform the customer of when they leave the car here. I don't want them to be disappointed, and afterwards it's better to tell them what they have, possibilities they have. I usually recommend that you wrap in a color that will be close to the original color when it's a red or a bright yellow car or something like that, because it's really hard to cover everything. And in this one they have repainted the car, so some seals and stuff like that is colored red as well, so it's gonna be really hard to cover all of that. And so that's why, if possible, there is cool red colors you can put, like on this car it should look nice with like a red satin chrome, for example. Should look awesome on this car, I think. But problem is all these small things in this car, to put that kind of money in this one, I don't know, but because it's too much stone chips and stuff like that everywhere. But it's of course not up to me to decide. It's the customer's choice, whatever they want to do with their car. These tools are quite nice when you should put something down under the gasket. I don't know if you guys see this. Fold it down a little bit. In the back you didn't have any gasket. But here you have. And of course it's very important to wrap it under the gasket. Don't ever stick the vinyl on top of the gasket. It's gonna not become a nice end result in that. Definitely not. Some gaskets are really sensitive also. You have to be a little bit careful with, so that you don't destroy this rubber seal, because that's gonna make it so it might come in water in the inside the car, and that is not good, of course. You guys can see what I'm doing here, but I'm lifting the gasket with this blue squeegee and pulling it aside, and then I use the other squeegee to just follow after, and sometimes I wish that I had longer arms. Yeah, that's it. The roof is wrapped completely. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe for more. Okay, take care.